viewers, you are welcome back to today's broadcast. In fact, what is happening in Nigeria and the whole thing that is going on concerning the division of Nigeria and non-division of Nigeria. So, in fact, the Sultan of Sokoto, whenever they talk about our Nigeria breakup, the next thing that you will hear from them, they will tell you Nigeria is indivisible, Nigeria is unnegotiable, and the Nigeria is unbreakable. But for them to do the needful, for them to do the right thing, they will never do it. Make the country to be equal, at least share the country to be equal with the other people. Let everybody eat from the national cake that is there, but you will not. But you want to seize the power and you want other people to become a slave to you. But whenever they talk about give me my own right, then you will start claiming that I don't have the right to speak. I don't have the right to demand to speak for myself. Well, according to the headline, it says, Biafra can never break away. Sultan of Sokoto to US insists that Nigerian unity is non-negotiable. That is what we used to hear every time, that Nigerian unity is not negotiable. In fact, don't skip any part of the video. Try to watch to the end for you to understand everything that is happening and things that is going on in Nigeria. And the reason why Sultan of Sokoto is claiming that Nigeria is non-negotiable, because it's very, very important for you to understand the main reason why whenever they talk about the division of Nigeria, the co-nuts or these Sultan or these leaders, this northern caliphate, they will start claiming that Nigeria is unnegotiable, Nigeria is this, Nigeria is that. But for them to do the right thing, they will never do it, and they will keep on buying people everywhere, causing terrorism everywhere, and chasing people away from their land and the other things. In fact, a lot is happening, and the governments of Nigeria, they are not even trying their best to make sure that they do the needful. As you're about to watch, like, subscribe, and share it for everyone to see what is going on in Nigeria.
Good day, viewers. Once again, you're welcome to my channel. Biafran Evangelist is coming out in the Sahara reports. Sultan of Sokoto said, how do you expect us to survive if Nigerian breaks? Now, a lot of people have been questioning themselves. A lot of things have been coming out. So you are now saying that you cannot survive if Nigerian breaks. And a question came up again saying, the former president of Nigeria, in person of Muhammadu Buhari, described the Igbos as a dot, which means the Igbos are not important. A dot. And now Sultan of Sokoto is saying, how do we survive if Nigerian break up? What's your take on this?
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, wherever you're watching us from, irrespective of your time zone. I remain one and the only surviving the Biafran evangelist. Before I put on, I want to appreciate in person of Dr. Ngozi Orabueze, the DPM, the COS, accept the champion of the champions. Thank God that Mazi Simon Ekpan has a foresight by, bringing somebody like you alongside himself before Nigeria plotted of his kidnapping by using the Finnish government in order to silence the Biafran voice. But to you, as a woman, that is why they said the woman can do better what men can do. And you have proven it that you are better than your other colleagues, which I will not mention their name, for security reasons and for the betterment of everybody. Yes, the Sultan of Sokoto is saying now the truth. They cannot survive.
They cannot survive. Why did
they cannot survive? The reason why they will not survive is because what is sustaining and keeping this nation as one Nigeria is coming from the Biafra land.
It's coming from the Biafra land.
Biafra land is a Biafran product. It's a Biafran commodity. It's a Biafran resources. It's a Biafran money. Fame. So taking it away from them is like taking food away from Nigeria. That's why he said that they cannot survive it. When I was saying it, if you watch my previous videos, other ones I've said some time ago, I told you that once Biafra leave Nigeria, there will be no Nigeria. Nigeria will go hungry. I know what I'm saying. Sultan of Sokoto is acknowledging my statement. One Nigeria is what God has embedded on Biafra land. That is one Nigeria. Once you remove it, do you know that, let me shock you, do you know that the Sultan of Sokoto, only him owns a 23 oil well in Biafra land? But not even a Saleh Dokubo, nobody from the east that own any gold or mining company in Borno State.
23.
Yes, I said 23. You can do your findings. Mention Igbo person or Biafran person that own 10 oil well in their land. The oil well that come from their own land. But somebody is controlling 23. You see why he said that if na Igbos should go, that they are not going to survive. Of a truth, they are not going to survive. One, do you know why they are not going to survive? One, economically, they cannot survive. In terms of intelligence, they cannot survive. In terms of ideology and development, they cannot survive. In terms of sustainable economy and sustainable good environment, they cannot survive. And they lastly, mentally, they cannot survive. Check out get sense. Now anywhere you push and go, you go, no. But you cannot trade with Igbos, whether educated or not educated. They have something to drop on the table. In anywhere Igbo man appear, whether he go school or no go school, that place you go know say Igbo man is around. Because we go bring in development, because we go produce and we contribute to the growth and the sources and the development of that area. Go to 36 states or 37, including the FCT, making it 37 states that make up this country. Go to any state, then check their development. Igbo man contributes 75. More than every other tribe in Nigeria. Take a look at it, my beloved brother. I must be honest to us. In Lagos State, do you know how many Fulanis that are in Lagos? How many of them are paying tax? How many of them are renting house? How many of them are paying for electricity? I'm asking you, how many of them are paying for sweeping the environment? How many of them are paying? There are none. How many? How many? But you eventually see every average Igbo man, at least, even if he did not do much, he will try to have at least one room apartment. So landlord is benefiting from that. The economy of Lagos State is growing from that. Sweeping, they pay in the compound. They pay for electricity, NEPA they use. We pay for water that we use. We pay for virtually everything we use in Lagos State. But how many of them? Go now, you see many of them in the night, every night. You see them sleeping in the gutter. Somebody that is sleeping inside gutter, how do you expect him to pay rent? Is gutter a house? Who is the landlord of gutter? No, let us be sincere. You see why he's telling you that they are not going to survive? Because mentally, everything will work against them. But the Igbos have advantage because we have been industrious from the origin. We have been mindfully independent, mindfully developers, mindfully economically. Do you understand? So you see why he's telling you that they are not going to cope. They are coping today is because Igbos are still in their midst. Remove Igbos, there will be no Nigeria.
Okay, Biafran evangelist, now you've made it clear for my viewers, and I think they are curious to know this particular question I want to ask. Please, now, he's saying that they cannot survive without the Igbos, and at the same time, they still do not want an Igbo man to be the president of Nigeria. With your own fair judgment and understanding, what would you say is their fear? Okay, the Igbo man cannot be a president, and you still don't want them to go. And you say they are not still important to the country. Why do you think they are so scared of an Igbo man becoming the president of Nigeria?
Number one, they are scared of an Igbo man. Take a look at what is playing now. Nnamdi Kanu. When Igbo man make up his mind of something, it doesn't go back to it. It's difficult to defeat. A Yoruba man, I ask, a landlord, he said why he's avoiding Igbo man in his house is that if you have Igbo, if you dey fight Igbo man, they beat you. He go beat you to death. But if na Yoruba man, he go beat you remain. It's a proverb and it's an adage. Themselves, they're afraid. Do you know why they're afraid? They know what Igbos can do. They know that if we decide to do something, we do it to the extreme. And we are the kind of people that we find it's not easy. That's why they will tell you, say, Igbo amazing. Not that we don't know king or we don't have king. We have a king, but we respect each other. The king respects us and we respect the king. And the law does not come from the king alone. It must be on a dialogue table. Sure, you understand now? So, but in their own asses, they always want it to be them. Once they say, every other person must obey. But Igbo man is a person that anything you say, you table before him, he will ask you questions. Not even Yoruba, no Fulani, no Hausa will ask questions. But Igbo man, every whether he go school or no go school, he go ask you questions based on what you present to him. You see why they are afraid. And if you are not able to convince him, you cannot convert him.
So now.
So they are afraid. And two, another point is this. In 1966 coup d'etat, Nzogwu, they are afraid of Nzogwu because they did not see it coming. What Nzogwu gave to them in 1966, January 15. Then they were trying to carry out their evil manipulation, intimidation, humiliation, and oppression against Nigerians on the 16th of January, that 1966. But Nzogwu now carried his own on the 15th before that 16th. So, and they are not seeing Nzogwu as an Igbo man. They are seeing Nzogwu as a fellow Fulani, because that one has never identified himself or introduced himself as a fully pure Igbo man before them. He presented himself as what? As a normal Fulani, moreover, an Hausa person. Do you understand? So, but because of that act, the thing now registered in their heart never to trust Igbo man again. No matter what you do, they cannot trust you again. And they are afraid that we are too intelligent. Likewise, the UK. And that was why when UK want to leave, they know that Igbos are wiser than all these people. They decided to give it to them, the power, rather than the Igbos. Do you understand? You see why they don't want us to test that power. They are scared. And coupled with what happened in 1966 in Abuja, you know, they went to series of courts with Ojukwu. I mean, Nigeria, they go on and Ojukwu. And which Ojukwu diplomatically defeated the Nigerian Gowon. Diplomatically, educationally, in all education. You understand? So, na go on. And on that note, they were scared of the Igbos. They can overnight. They can do anything overnight. So they are scared. And I want to quote another man again. He's still alive. He's a living Nigerian former president, IBB. Do you know what IBB said? IBB said that when Igbo man is talking, if Igbo man voice out, he will keep his eyes open. But when a Yoruba man talk, he say he will go to sleep. IBB, I quote and I quote again. IBB says so. You can do your findings. Meaning that I'm telling you that there is something about the Igbos. They are Mr. No Nonsense. So they are afraid of them getting there. Because that thing which the British know, Igbos know it better than the British. And they will continue to enslave Nigeria through the Fulanis.
So does that now mean that brings us down to exactly what they are talking about? That brings us down to exactly what we are talking about the breathing. So is it because of the Igbos being rigid and wanting to know exactly the right thing to do that made them to hand that power over to the Fulanis? Because the Fulanis, they usually dance to the tune of whatever.
And they just drop because they only believe in one way. But every evil man, before he join you, you must explain to him. He must understand you before he do what? He go with you. That's what happened. And let me tell you, they say we are dot. You know the meaning of dot?
The former
president of Nigeria say we are what? Dot. But that dot, zero. But the zero is the one feeding the nation. Is the one that is carrying the nation. Go and check every good reputation of Nigeria internationally. 95% of it are the Igbos that gave it to this country. Go and check the era of Simon Ekpan, the one that Nigeria used a Finnish government to kidnap today and keep in the with the injustice domain territory. Simon Ekman make Nigeria proud and the Igbo man.
In Finland, right?
Yes, the same Simon Ekman in Finland. He represented Nigeria in that trade and he did well. He won gold for Nigeria. He make Nigerian name proud. Anywhere in the world, in time of medication, let me shock you. Do you know that currently now, the chief of naval staff, the captain of naval staff of America is a Nigerian man, Igbo man to be precise.
So are you saying that Igbos know how to make history?
Igbo know how to make a nation proud. We have been making Nigeria proud, but they fail to recognize it. They fail to respect us. They fail to honor us. They fail to give us that kudos. Rather, they come to give us the IPOB is what? A terrorist. A terrorist that don't have a gun. How can you terrorize a place without having arms? But the people, the original people that are terrorizing the nation are working freely. They search Nnamdi Kanu. Nigerian government invaded Nnamdi Kanu house. What did they find? Nothing. But they invaded the Igbo house. They got gun. They saw gun there and other things, which they couldn't see in Nnamdi Kanu's house. Yet, Igbo is working freely. Nnamdi Kanu is sentenced to life imprisonment, Sokoto prison. Are you not seeing injustice? Yes, the people you call what terrorists, many of them go to Germany. Do you know that in Germany we have Suji, we have different kind of Igbo festival days, activities going on in that land? We never cause violence. Is it in America? If we are trouble people, will America be giving somebody from Igbo, their chief of naval staff, the captain of all overall? Do you know what it means? In Germany, in all over the world, let me tell you, do you know that we have Igbo village, Igbo community in Russia? You can do your findings. Igbo community in Russia doing well, making the nation proud. Yet in Nigeria here, they are messing us up. They don't know what God has given to them. That is why we want to go. By the time we go, whatsoever that happened to Nigeria is none of our business. We are not talking about dividing Nigeria. We are talking about exiting Nigeria. We just want to leave Nigeria. Let Nigeria continue.
Okay, we've heard it all. To round it up, we are aware that Erufai is in detention by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. How we get there? And Sultan of Sokoto voiced out, telling him that he should release, he should let Erufai go or take him to court. Why he's there saying nothing about Nnamdi Kanu? What would you have to say about this? Him intervening for a Fulani man and watching Nnamdi Kanu and saying nothing with his own voice. Are you trying to, is he being partial, or is trying to say that Nnamdi Kanu deserves whatever he's facing?
My beloved brother, let me tell you, bird of the same feather flies together. Are you hearing me? Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, the separatists. Erufai, the criminal. Tinubu now, their partner in criminality with the Erufai, now working against each other. Why? God is at work.
Thank you very much. You heard it all. God bless you.
This our Biafran evangelist. He can analyze things in a proper way and then in a layman understanding, so everybody can understand it and they know what he's saying. According to everything he said here is the truth. Igbo man is the bedrock of Nigeria, and they are the eyes of Nigeria. Any day you find out that Igbo man, or you find out that the Igbo is no more existing in Nigeria, know that that day is the end of Nigeria. That is why you see the government, Nigerian government, they are doing every means to make sure that Igbo remain in Nigeria, because other parts, other people, other ethnic group in Nigeria know that they are not something they are. But the importance of Igbo is the movement, and it is the engine of this country. the appearance of Igbo and the presence of Igbo, it is the engine of this country, but none of them will tell you the truth. The government or the people, the other ethnic group will not tell the truth. That is why no matter whatever the Eastern people do to leave the country, they will find every means to destroy it, to destroy their move, and to still make them to remain in this country. And they being it is people like the Oduduwa or the Ariwas, the other national ethnic group that has been saying since all those years that they want to leave Nigeria. I hope and I believe by now they would have even leave Nigeria for a long time. But you see the Igbo nation since all those years, since 1967 to now, and then apart from that 1967, there was a time Igbo fought for their independence, but still the Britain they did not allow them to go before the 1914 amalgamation. So all those things, it is a way of calculation and a way of still trapping them into Nigeria. That is why you see whenever they rise up to say they want to leave, other ethnic group, they will rise up and they'll start looking on them like a criminal, and then they are doing every means to stop anything agitation or anybody that is speaking about Biafra. They are doing every means to stop it by all means, but this they cannot stop it because ideology is an ideology. If it has come, it has come, and it has come to stay. Well, I would like you to watch the video of Netanyahu, where he's giving hope to the people of Biafra and also appreciating them for their support and for their everything they are supporting, and also they are also looking the Biafra as the next nation coming. Just watch and see by yourself.
Thank you, Biafra. Thank you for standing with Israel. Thank you for standing with the American-Israeli alliance. And thank you for standing up for the truth. Now, I know that's not been easy because over the past 2 years, we've all been subjected to a tsunami of lies, vilifications, vituperations that are reminiscent of the worst anti-Semitic attacks in history. I know you have been suffering such attacks. The American Jewish community and other Jewish communities have suffered not only anti-Semitic slurs, but also murderous attacks. And of course, so did we in Israel. We suffered on October 7th a brutal attack that was meant to destroy us, to wipe Israel off the map. That's what the Iran Axis sought to do on October 7th. Iran's proxies sought and seek to annihilate the Jewish people, and their patron Iran sought and seeks to annihilate the Jewish state. But for the past 2 years, since October 7th, we've rolled them back. We fought a seven-front war against this axis of evil. And thanks to the incredible courage of our soldiers, we rolled back this threat to our existence and to our future. We battered Hamas, we hammered Hezbollah, we helped bring down the murderous Assad regime, we struck the Houthis, we attacked pro-Iranian militias, and we also attacked Iran itself. With America's help, we rolled back Iran's nuclear bomb program and its ballistic missile threat. That axis has been greatly weakened, but it's still there, it's licking its wounds. It still chants death to America, death to Israel. I appreciate the efforts that President Trump is making to ensure that those threats against both our countries do not reappear. We have never had a greater friend in the White House than President Donald J. Trump. And I want to tell you that I value the support of Americans from both sides of the aisle. I know it's been difficult for some, and I respect your courage, your honesty, the fact that you're willing to stand up against colleagues who sometimes bow their head to this anti-Semitism. You do not. I salute you. As far as Gaza is concerned, we set 3 objectives. The first was to return all our hostages, and with the incredible heroism of our soldiers, we returned most of them. But still we had a few dozen hostages that remain in Gaza, both living and dead, and people said basically, you either submit to Hamas or you're never going to get them out. We thought, and I thought, otherwise. With our military action into Hamas's last stronghold, Gaza City, and with President Trump's bold diplomatic pressure on the other side, we combined those twin pressures and got all of our hostages out, right to the last hero, Rani Gvili. We got every single hostage back. Many didn't believe we'd do it, but I believed it. President Trump believed it, and we did it. And I thank each of you for your support, because I know so many of you contributed to this effort in so many ways. Thank you. Thank you all for the efforts you did. The second objective we set out to achieve is to dismantle Hamas's military and governing capabilities. We're well on our way to achieve that too. Hamas must disarm, and Gaza must be demilitarized. Now that could be done the easy way, or it could be done the hard way. But I can assure you, it will be done. The third objective we set out to do is to make sure that Gaza never poses a threat to Israel again. That requires de-radicalization. That's a difficult word, but it means re-education. It means a change. It's been done in other parts of the world. It's been done in some Gulf states. It's been done in Japan and Germany. So the first thing we have to make sure is de-radicalization. But that also depends on security arrangement, where Israel is responsible for overall security. Israel and Israel alone can guarantee that, and we shall. I want to say a few words about the state of the American-Israeli alliance. In many ways, it's never been stronger. The extent, the depth of our cooperation is astounding. It would have been unimaginable just a few years ago, but it's there. And this serves not only the interest of Israel, but it serves the interest of the United States. Israel provides invaluable intelligence, technology, and regional cooperation in ways that serve the interests of the United States and its allies. The United States National Security Council issued a memorandum a few weeks ago. I don't know if you read it. If you haven't, you must. Because it called Israel, and only Israel, of all the countries on the planet, it called Israel the United States model ally. America is Israel's indispensable ally, and Israel is America's model ally. That doesn't surprise any of you, because you've been championing this alliance for so many years, and I salute you for doing that. One thing that we understand is that the challenges before us have not ended. But this alliance gives us the opportunity to fashion a new reality in our region, a reality of security, prosperity, and peace. And the benefits will accrue not only to us, but to America and its allies as well. See, when Israel intercepts a missile over Jerusalem or Tel Aviv, we're not only protecting our children, we're pioneering the technologies that protect America's soldiers, America's allies, and America's homeland. This is not a one-way alliance. It is shared security, shared innovation, shared strength. Our goal is a totally different Middle East, a Middle East where radical axes are replaced by alliances of innovation, where terror corridors are replaced by trade corridors, where peace is built not on illusion, but on strength. That's why I've told Iran that if it attacks us, we will respond with unimaginable force. And we are committed to defending our allies, including the Druze in Syria. We saved them from massacres. But even as we win on the battlefield, we're fighting on another front. We're fighting on the battle for truth. The truth is that we were brutally attacked on October 7th. The truth is that we have fought a just war by just means on 7 fronts. The truth is that from Gaza to Yemen to Iran, we have hit our enemies harder than they've been ever hit before. But the truth is also this: we've been vilified and falsely accused of genocide at the very moment when, according to John Spencer, head of urban warfare studies at West Point and perhaps the world's greatest expert on urban warfare, he said Israel applied more measures to prevent civilian casualties than any military in the history of urban warfare. That is the truth. Radical voices on the left spread lies about genocide. Radical voices on the right demand that Jews take DNA tests. Both are wrong, both are dangerous, and both must be confronted. Because this is not just a war for security, it's a war for truth. The truth is that the Jewish people have lived in our ancestral homeland, the land of Israel, for 3,500 years. The truth is that David set our capital, King David set our capital in Jerusalem 3,000 years ago. The truth is that although we represent only 0.2%, 0.2%, 1/5% of the world's population, the Jewish contribution to humanity in every field, in medicine, in science, in physics, in so many areas has been unmatched. The truth is that Israel is not a burden to America. Israel is a strategic asset to America, as the American National Security Council itself says. I treasure and value, as do all Israelis, the great support we've been receiving from America all these years. And you, AIPAC, should also be credited for helping out in this alliance. But I want to move from aid to partnership, because that's where we are. We are partners. And no one can appreciate America more than Israel. And I believe that many, many Americans understand that America has no better ally than Israel. And a final word on anti-Semitism. It's been part of our history for over 2 millennia. 500 years before the birth of Christ, we've had anti-Semitism, and ever since, it's been there. The vilifications through the Middle Ages and through modern times, including right up to the Holocaust, continue. Now, some believe that after the Holocaust, there would be an end to this horrible curse. Well, it turns out it was only a brief interlude. And as anti-Semitism rears its ugly head again, there's only one thing to do in order to fight it. And that's to fight it. Whether it's in the military battlefield or in the political battlefield of public opinion in America or Europe or elsewhere, we have to fight it. So I have only one message for you. Don't bow your heads. Don't cower before it. People respect those who respect themselves and are willing to fight for the truth and fight for their rights. That's what every Jew should do. All Jews who pride themselves in being part of the great Jewish nation should actively fight anti-Semitism. It is the battle for Israel. It's the battle for the Jewish people. It's the battle for the great alliance with the United States of America. It's the battle for truth. We shall fight on all these fronts, and we shall win.
Oh yes, this is a very wonderful wake-up call to everyone that believes in freedom, to every Biafran all over the world, anywhere you are, that believe in freedom and that believe that one day that the Biafran people will be free. And also to a mock and to a shame to some of those people that will come up and they will keep telling you that it is not true, that the Israel, they are not talking about Biafra. This is the Israel Prime Minister himself. Although the Nigerian media, they will not tell you this and they will not show you this kind of a video because they are ashamed of all those things happening around the world, and then they are ashamed of telling the world and telling everyone, look at what is happening. Instead of it, they will be telling you where they claim that Simon Ekpa is a terrorist, Mazan Kanu is a terrorist, this and that is a terrorist. But no any place in the world you will hear them, or you hear any national telling you that Biafra is a terrorist, IPOB is a terrorist, Simon is a terrorist. It's only in Nigeria. It needs to be a shame to them all. What Netanyahu said here, it is a fight of truth and a fight of freedom, and he has already said everything here. And where he appreciates the Biafran, he appreciates everyone standing for the truth and standing for Israel, standing for America, and standing to defend the truth anywhere they find themselves. And that is what truth used to be. Whenever you stand for truth and whenever you stand for something, for justice, the world will hate you and many people will call you a lot of names due to you are defending the truth. That is how it is, and that's something that the Igbo people is facing in Nigeria because of they are the light. So you know what it means, being a light of any nation. They will fight you, they will try to quench you, and they do you a lot of things. And that same thing is what the Israel has been suffering, although they suffer it in Egypt during when they was in Egypt before they get back to their promised land. So, and they are still suffering it till date, but just that now God have given them authority over their enemy and blessed them with power, with weapon, with many things. So no any word as of today can challenge them as a country. That is why they are wasking very strong, and they are also remembering the Biafran people as one of their tribe in Nigeria. That is why you see Nigeria, they are shaking whenever they see that the Jew or the Israel is talking about Biafra, because they don't know the thing or the next step they can take or what they can do. That is their fear. Well, I would like to hear your comment down below. What do you know about the whole thing happening in Nigeria and in Biafra land? Like, subscribe, and share it for everyone to see what is going on. We say thank you for watching.